to my E3 2017 coverage, and we had our first conference. EA, aka Electronic Arts, just ended with for today's conference. This is the only conference scheduled for today for this year's event to kick it off. And tomorrow we have 2 press conferences, and then the next day, Monday, we have 3, and then Tuesday only just one last press conference. I don't know if it's going to be any others besides Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft, Sony, and PC Gaming, and then followed by Nintendo on Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be Blizzard. I don't know if they're going to do anything for a show, maybe even possibly Square Enix. I don't know. I'm just going to have to find out. But I have all the updates, everything that was shown during the show, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. It's going to be several vlogs here on my channel covering each individual show. And if you guys are interested, you guys can check it out. And it'll be a particular playlist that you guys can follow. And all the games will be listed along with the announcements with release dates if they announce anything for the games, for the release dates, in the description of my video like this one. And all the other press conferences here of my E3 for my E3 2017 coverage here. So I have everything that they all just mentioned here along with the announcements, and I'm gonna go through each one by one. And for me, EA is just pretty much it shows sports games, and I'm not really much of a sports games gamer. And being serious with you guys, the last sports games I really played was NBA Live 2005 on the way back on the PlayStation 2. Other than that, I just never went back to any sports games because I just don't play them. Outside of that, I just play different types of games of all the other genres outside of sports. The first game that they kicked off the show with was Madden NFL 18 Long Shot, and it seems like it's going to have like a campaign to it almost. Almost like the My Player, something similar to the My Player from the NBA 2K series in the NBA games, NBA Live or NBA 2K. The next thing that they showed was Battlefield 1. It's going to be a Battlefield 1 DLC. Maps included 6 maps in the name of the TSAR, 6 maps with 2 new characters, and with this, they're going to be coming. It's going to be coming out September 2017, and me, I don't play Battlefield 1. I don't really play it. I played very little of it, and from Bad Company 2, I played more than that. I think that's the better Battlefield game to me compared to everyone else out there that might have different opinions. I'm not really into Battlefield 1, and I played very little of it, and now I'm probably not going to be interested in this DLC. I know some others might be, but the next game that they showed right after was FIFA 18, The Journey. This one particular player is going to be Hunter Returns. That's the name of the game, FIFA 18, The Journey, Hunter Returns. I don't know if he's going to have like a brand new campaign or not for the story. Need for Speed, Payback. And from watching the gameplay, it plays like similar to Burnout, where you can not only race on the courses, the different courses on the in the races, but you can also crash into each other, almost similar to Burnout. And no release date for some of these games. They just showed them for what I have listed here. This next game was the highlight of the show. It's called A Way Out, and it's gonna be. This is basically from the makers of the brothers, Tales of the Two Sons. Never played that game before, but this game was the highlight of the show for me, in my honest opinion. And one thing with this game, it's only cooperative only. You can't play this game by yourself, and you can't play it like solo or anything like that. You got to have someone to play with, you know, alongside of your couch if you're doing couch gaming, or you can team up with someone online for split screen co-op. And this game's not going to be coming out until early 2018. But to me, the game looked really good, and it made me want to actually check out Brothers Tales of Two Sons. But I don't know anything about the game or any sort of comparisons. But this game definitely looked really interesting and was the best game I saw from the conference as a whole. This new IP from Bioware that's coming out that they announced, it's going to be called Anthem, and I can't really comment on it because they didn't really show much of it. They just showed a quick trailer. I don't even think it was like less than a minute or something like that. But for this IP, we didn't see much of it for the show because they're gonna show it more of it tomorrow during Microsoft's press conference. So we'll have to wait to find out what the game's gonna actually be like, what it's gonna play like, and you know, maybe possibly a release date or a time frame. So that's gonna be coming up tomorrow during Microsoft's press conference. I think that's gonna be scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern time. The next game was NBA Live 18. I don't know why they didn't show NBA 2K. I don't know if it's going to be a 2K18 this year or not, but it seems like they decided to do NBA Live 18. So of course I wouldn't know the differences from the games because I don't play too much sports games, but from what most people say is that NBA 2K is better compared to NBA Live. I don't know, I guess it runs smoother or something. I wouldn't be able to know the differences from it, but from this game they announced that it's going to be a free playable demo coming this August, and then this one particular feature similar to the My Player mode is called the One, and another side of features, other two additional features, is called the Streets One. I guess that's going to be street play where you can do NBA Street with the different players, and then the other game mode is going to be League One. So I don't know if that's going to be sort of part of the campaign, or is it going to be like the competitive part where you can compete against other players around the world in different games. You can make your own choices with your player and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be able to possibly comment on that. The next thing that they announced, that Origins Access and EA Access are free for PS4. Now with this feature, games like Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare, Star Wars Battlefront, the first Star Wars Battlefront, FIFA and the original Madden and all the other sports games are going to be free to play only on PS4 for a limited amount of time. Now, am I interested in this? Not really, because I don't play FIFA. I never played those games before. But if I were to really try it, I would probably end up checking out Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare, because the game looked really good. And I wouldn't even bother with the sports games at all. And then for the finale, this was the finale of the conference. Star Wars Battlefront 2 multiplayer gameplay live, 20 versus 20 in the game mode called Assault, and some other announcements with this game. It's gonna have an actual single player campaign, which the first game never did, from what they showed. And there's gonna be more heroes added to this, more heroes, customization with content from the other 3 eras of Star Wars. Of course, I wouldn't know too much about it because I only seen a couple of the Star Wars movies. And it's going to be Yoda, Darth Maul, you got Finn that's going to be in the game, and then some other character I forgot to mention. It's going to be free and playable in the game. And you know, guys like Finn and the other character they announced, I completely forgot his name, is going to be coming this holiday season, and it's going to be completely free. You don't have to pay or buy the characters or anything like that. And with the characters in the game from the different eras, they have their own unique abilities and techniques that you can use on the battlefield. Like they showcase Darth Maul on the field, different vehicles that you can use throughout the gameplay from this live action gameplay multiplayer with 20 versus 20. And if you pre-order the game, you can get an early access to the beta. And they didn't really announce the beta yet, a time frame for the beta, but the actual game is going to be coming out in November of 2017. So I don't know if it's going to have like a time frame or not for the game. For the beta itself, it's probably going to be in the fall, maybe possibly, but I don't know if it's going to be a beta this summer. But I guess we'll have to find out more news about that. So am I excited for the game? I'm not. I didn't play any of the Star Wars, and I didn't even play the first game. So this game looks fun. It looks good, but I'm not a Star Wars fan. So I'm sure some of you guys out there are really excited for this one, and Star Wars Battlefront, and not only just experiencing the multiplayer, but just having to play a unique campaign, a single player campaign to experience the story. And I don't know if there's gonna probably what the story's gonna probably have to tie in with all the newer characters from the Star Wars series. But that was the whole conference as a whole. Everything that they showed, all the announcements, and just like some of the games that I mentioned, like FIFA and Madden, they don't have release dates, so I don't know when those other games are going to be coming out. But to me, the highlight, the best game for me, in my personal opinion, was A Way Out, this new game. And then I'm also interested in this Anthem game, this new IP by Bioware called Anthem. So I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow at Microsoft's press conference to see what the gameplay is going to be, how's it going to play like. And from there, after Microsoft's conference, I'll be able to probably comment some more of my thoughts about the game and whether or not I'll be interested in it or not. But we didn't even hear anything about Mass Effect Andromeda, speaking of Bioware. So I've heard they're going to probably put it on the back burner. They're not going to add anything new. I still didn't finish the campaign. I still need to finish the game, the story mode. So some people have been disappointed with it. So of course I wouldn't know because I didn't finish the game yet. But no news from Mass Effect Andromeda from Bioware, just this new IP. So that's everything that they showed from the conference. But again, those are the two games that really done it for me, was the highlight for me. A Way Out and Anthem that I'm interested in seeing tomorrow at Microsoft's press conference. So let me know what you guys thought about the comments in the conference, in the comments, in the video, and everything. All the games that I mentioned in this video, and just like the other conferences coming up, will be listed in the description of the video, along with those games along with those particular games with those release dates, if they have any. So not all these games obviously didn't have a release date. They were just shown with gameplay and gameplay trailers and stuff. So thanks for watching, and just like I mentioned before, there will be a particular place where you guys can follow all my E3 2017 coverage from all the press conferences. I'm also going to have to find out what other shows there's going to be shown, if Blizzard's going to probably have something to announce, and if Square Enix is probably going to have their own separate show or conference or something like that, or maybe just some games that they might announce. I might end up doing a separate video for that. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about the conference, whether you disliked it, and some of your favorite games that you're looking forward to this year's E3, and maybe some those individual games that you like the most of this particular conference as well. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be able to get some more news about this IP, and maybe some other games, more exciting news for other games coming up for this year's E3. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment your thoughts about this conference and your favorite games that you're looking forward to most. You know, your wish list if you have one, and some of your favorite games that you're interested in seeing of this year's E3 press conferences.